Good morning, and on my hobby bench this morning I have yet another mystery box. This just arrived not 5 minutes ago. The mail was just delivered, and this box comes from a very awesome gentleman, very kind, generous, very generous. This is probably like the third or fourth box of things he sent to me. Jim, thank you very much, Jim. I am opening this for the first time here, and we are going to investigate what Jim has sent to me today and see what new things I've got to show you all. Oh, and the very first thing I see is very, very interesting to me because, not that, that's interesting too, but it's a Dubro fuel tank. And with me being the person that I am and running engines all the time, there's no way I can ever not have enough fuel tanks. There just isn't. So that is incredible. Wow, and look at this. Some more glow plugs. Some Fox RC longs. Beautiful, beautiful. How can you ever not have enough glow plugs? I don't think you can. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see what other things Jim has put in here. Let's see. This is probably a letter. Let me see if this is appropriate to read. Here's another box of a few things I'd like for you to have. Just a few things that I had sitting around and thought you might be able to use. There's a blank, blank, blank that I bought used. I'm saying blank so that it's not quite such a mystery kill, but anyway, you'll see. It ran very good for me, and all that writing inside the Super Tiger box is from the previous owner. To help protect it during shipment, I placed a new replacement piston ring for the OS 46 SF or OS 50 SX inside the Super Tiger box. I've also included a new piston sleeve. Let's see here, new piston sleeve assembly for an OS 25 FX. I do not have a need for it, and I thought you might be able to use it on a customer's engine and repair if you're still doing that. Yes, I am, Jim, still doing that, and yes, a new piston and sleeve for any engine is incredible. And I would love personally to come across another 25 FX because those are fantastic engines. Let's see, you'll also find an OS Max 45 FSR ringed engine that could go with the other 45s I sent you. I have a few of these engines, and I thought I'd give you this one to you. The last engine is an SK90 I told you about. This one came with a muffler, but my OS 91F, or came without a muffler, but my OS 91FX muffler fits it perfectly. Which I have a 91FX, but I also have a Tower Hobby 61, one of those long tune exhausts, and I think that might also fit. According to the designer of this engine, it runs best with a 15.6 prop. I have a few of these engines, and they do run very nicely on a 15.6. That's great because I have several 15.6s and I like that prop size. He said that this is more of a torque engine, and the porting cannot flow fuel enough fuel at higher RPMs to run smaller props. I heard that these engines will overheat with smaller props. Since this one now belongs to you, you may experiment for yourself on which props you think work best. I hope you can put some of these things to use. Best regards, your friend Jim. Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me just pull all of these things out here, and then we'll put the box aside and go through these things. So this is incredible. When can you ever find a piston and sleeve assembly together? So this, just because I don't need it, one of these engines is going to come into my life. I can tell you that right now. I'm not even going to be looking for a 25 FX, and yet one will probably materialize into my life just because that's how things have been working. Let's see here. Let's open this Super Tiger box up. So I'm really kind of interested in all of these things. But box things are cool. Let's put these over here. So yeah, here's the piston ring for the Max 46 SF. See, I did not think that the SF series was the 46 SF. I did not think that it was a ringed version. I thought it was only ABN only. This is from GC piston rings. Never heard of them. That's interesting. That's very, very cool. Let's see, what is this? This is the stuff for this engine. High-speed needle. So here's this G45. I believe Jim said this was a G45 Sport. GS45 ABC. How can you ever go wrong with a Super Tiger engine? I guess I could probably zoom in just a hair more here. Yeah, this thing's got, oh, yeah, ABC. Yeah, that thing's got a lot of compression. That is just a beautiful engine. I'm really becoming quite the Super Tiger person here because I got several of these Super Tiger engines of all sizes now. God, this is just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much, Jim. And here's our high-speed needle. And then let's put that stuff back in there. You know what? I think I'm going to put these parts in with my OS parts and just leave this stuff off to the side. Let's start looking at this. This is an exhaust muffler for that. Probably the 45 FSR. And it is. It's the 743 exhaust. Very nice. Let's see. This is probably the 45 FSR. How can you ever have enough 45 FSR engines? You can't. I've got one or another one down in the closet here that needs serious refurbishment, but this one would appear to be ready to rock and roll. And it is, looks like this is an ABC version. I am not seeing a piston ring in there. There might be, but I don't know, my eyes might be playing tricks on me right now. I don't know where my flashlight is at the moment, but I believe this kind of looks like an ABC. Man, that's a beautiful engine. Man, it's going to be interesting to pit the 45 FSR up against the 45 or the 46 SF. And then you can also throw in there the 46 FX that I have that I just finished running from Jim. So I got like 3 OS 45-ish, 45 size engines that I can do comparisons on. Unfortunately, I've only got 2 sides to my test stand, and I got 3 or I've got a bunch of 45 size engines now, thanks to Jim, that I could run on there. So that would be like one of those days where I just take a whole box of engines out there and a whole gallon of fuel. I've never done that. And just sit there and keep swapping engines back and forth. We'll have to see if I can get that planned here in the near future. So this must be the SK90. And it looks like it is in the case of a 60. It's just kind of what it feels like. I've never had one of these SK engines before, I don't believe. And right now I'm looking, and it looks very similar to the FX series with the way the head is styled. And it's got a serial number on here, which is really kind of cool. And it is that a ringed engine or an ABC? Jim may have just said that in here, but let me see what if it says here. Kind of looks like it's, it doesn't say, kind of looks like it might be ringed. I really wish I knew where my flashlight was right now. I think this is a ringed engine. Yeah, it's a ringed engine. So that ring doesn't even look tarnished at all, but this thing is, oh, wow, that's really, really nice. This is beautiful. God, I've got so many engines and so little time to get out to my partner's place. Well, I'm out to her place all the time, but so little time to run all of these engines. I almost, like I just said, need to dedicate a day, an entire day of just saying, hey, I'm not going to do any other little things around here. I'm just going to sit here and run a whole bunch of fuel. And of course then I would have problems with how many batteries do I have in my cameras. This is fantastic. So, I mean, this is quite the impressive package, Jim, and you know, wow, I forgot there's even this. I don't even know if I can get all this stuff in here. Let's get all the paper out of the way, and so here is the latest gift box from my friend Jim. Major contributor to my engine stash and videos So Jim, thank you very much for all of these things. It's mind-blowing to think how much stuff is just coming to me, and how quickly the summer is rolling through here. And I will be doing the best I can to continue running engines all the way through November, if at all possible, and so we can get all these things in. Because you can't see it here, but I've got 4 engines right here. These are engines that I keep. I kind of rotate them out sometimes to display. Here's a OS FS60 4-stroke that I bought and put new bearings in. Here's a brand new Fox Eagle 74 that I haven't run yet. Here's another gift engine that was given to me, an Enya SS25. And then here was a Facebook Marketplace deal, which is a brand new never run OS FS 120 Surpass engine. I've got engines basically coming out of my ears, and just not enough time in the day to get all these things run. But we are going to do the best we can to make that happen. So thank you again, Jim, and thank you all for watching. Let me just mention one thing. I'm back here real quick. Jim had mentioned in the letter that the writing inside the Super Tiger box, and I just happened to, I was like, where is this writing? And it's all inside the upper lid here. So there is all kinds of stuff written in this box, which is kind of interesting. It looks like whoever had this engine was recording all of his RPM figures with the props. All kinds of interesting notes written in here. Let's see, what does this one say? Can you read that one? Crank 35 by 55, 10 and a half by 6, 16,000 RPM. Wow. So this guy was really ringing this engine out. And I'm not sure what these red, gold things mean, but this is kind of one of those interesting things where you come across some of this stuff. It's almost as good as when you come up with the original manufacturer's receipt in the box. This is almost as good as that. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you.